Good morning, traders. What's up? This is Manny Magoo. It's December the 1st, brand new month, and just wanted to go over Sunday's stock watch list that I put out on Sunday. We had some fantastic runners in there. We didn't take many trades, but the trades that we did take did absolutely phenomenal. So I just wanted to take you through it real quick. It's approximately 7 a.m., a little before 7 a.m. on this bright and early morning. I've been asked to moderate in a room with for a friend of mine, and I just got to get prepared for it. So I wanted to take you right through it and wanted to dive right in. So the first stock on our watch list that we took yesterday, which was an absolutely phenomenal trade, was Apple, AAPL. Let me take you through this. And all right, so here we have it, folks. This is a monthly chart on Apple. As you can see, this is what I do at the end of each month. If you take a look at this green bar right here, that is November's monthly high and monthly low. So every new month, what I do is I move my lines, okay? I move my support and resistance lines on the monthly candles. So right now, this month here, November, I have a high of $121.99, and I have a low of $107.32. So I immediately draw my lines after each month, and what I do is I leave them on there for the remaining month of December, okay? I'm a price action trader. I play candle breaks, and this is how I do it, and I keep it real simple so people could understand. But let's take you through the trade yesterday. So here we have it. Here's a weekly chart on Apple, okay? As you can see, last week's high was $117.62. And if you listen to my video on Sunday in my watch list, I basically said, if Apple breaks this 117.62, folks, I will be taking this trade, okay? So let's narrow in on a daily chart. And here it is, okay? I'm going to zoom in on this part right here, okay? Now, as you can see, I started liking Apple. It's been putting in higher lows, and we've had 1, 2, 3 days of Apple. It's been breaking its daily highs. So I really liked Apple. I thought Apple was going to run, and I just had it on my watch list. Now, mind you, if it doesn't break a certain area of resistance, I just don't jump in. It had to break 117.62. All right, so let's take a look at the minute chart from yesterday's trade. All right, here you have it. Okay, so here's the trade. Now, in the morning, I never trade the first about 15-20 minutes of the day, folks. I usually never trade, okay? The market's crazy in the first 15-20 minutes. It's up and down. As you can see, Apple opened up at 9:32 a.m. It broke the 117.62, showing a tremendous amount of strength. Ran all the way up to almost $119.50 here, and then basically puked all the way down again. So I waited. And what I like to do is I like to see another break, some consolidation, and then I get in. Now, mind you, remember one thing. 117.62 is resistance. When it broke it here, 170.62 became support, okay? So I know that if it breaks back down, 117.62 is automatically going to be resistance again, and then will be my support. If it breaks back down, I can get out. Doesn't cost me a penny. That's the beautiful part about the way I trade. If I want to put my stop a little lower, if I see an area of other support that's nearby, and it doesn't affect my overall money position, then fine. I lower a little my stop. But again, 117.62 is support. You got to realize that, okay? So what did Apple do? We did take this trade. Apple did go up. I had my stop actually at the 117.62 again. I actually put it at 117.60. I usually like putting it a couple pennies below just in case it hits that 162 area and then bounces back up, okay? It tried to pull back. It actually pulled back to 117.67, and I thought I was in the clear. It tried to move its way up, again came back down, and as soon as it put in this right here, lower high, you see that? I basically said to myself, okay, looks like I'm going to get stopped out, okay? It didn't put in a higher low, it put in a lower high, okay? So that's a short-term trend reversal to the downside. And what did it do? Obviously, it broke the 117.62. It stopped me out, but quickly I got right back in. See, that's the beautiful part about this. You can get right back in the trade. It won't cost you hardly anything to find out if it's going to work or not. So what did Apple do? Again, it reclaimed literally within a minute. Okay, it got down to $117.50. I immediately put another order in at 117.62. I actually put it in a couple pennies above at 117.65. And boom, I took the trade. And boy, oh boy, Apple was off to the races. As soon as I saw this amazing run, I knew that we were in for a good day. Okay, so again, now mind you, once you get into the trade, you just don't forget about it. Okay, you have to keep monitoring the trade. So what I usually do is I look for my other areas of resistance. And if you listen to my video on Sunday, I basically said, if you do get involved in Apple, okay, you have to watch this area right here. This is a daily chart on Apple, okay? However, if you take a look at this candle right here, that's the first candle that it would have to break in order for it to keep marching up. The high of this candle is $120.99. So when I'm in the trade, I already know that 120.99 is going to be an area of resistance. And guess what, folks? What did it get to? 120.97 before Apple completely pulled back. So you can get tactical in a situation like this. If you know that 120.99 is going to be an area of resistance because it was a major failure, okay, you can already decide on what you want to do. Do you want to wait till it gets to 120.99 and see if it breaks? Do you want to wait till it gets to 120.99 and starts to fail and maybe get out, take some profits? That's totally up to you, okay? But again, 120.99 was an area of resistance. Now, the next area of resistance is going to be 121.99. And as a matter of fact, if you take a look, this is what I did. There's the monthly chart, okay? This is November's high, 121.99, okay? So, mind you, it's the November high, it's an area of major resistance, and we're in Apple right now. So you have to be careful with this area here. Look, as a matter of fact, in pre-market, it got to 121.83 before it pulled back. Now, I never trade pre-market, but just goes to show you, this is going to be an area of resistance. So have to watch out for that, folks. If Apple breaks this 121.99 and holds, well, guess what? Apple could be off to the races, and this can be one very, very successful swing trade that we are in. For those who got involved in Apple yesterday, congratulations. We did absolutely phenomenal. The second trade we took was on the 11/22 watch list. Now, mind you, folks, just because I put out a watch list every Sunday doesn't mean I'm not looking at the watch list from the Sunday before that or the Sunday before. They're always on my radar, okay? And the one we had on our radar was AMD. If you take a look at AMD, here is a weekly chart on AMD. And the high was $88. As you can see here, that was last week's high, 88. Now, I didn't move. I left it on purposely to show you. Okay. This October was last month's high. Okay, October's high. That was $88.72. Okay, so not only do you have a weekly high to contend with, but you also have a monthly high. When a stock breaks a weekly and monthly high, let me tell you, usually it just keeps going. And that's exactly what AMD did, okay? If you take a look at AMD, let's zoom in, and this is when we took the trade yesterday, okay? All right, AMD, again, I never trade in the first 10, 15 minutes of the morning, folks. I never trade it, okay? So at 9:32 a.m., AMD broke up. It broke the weekly high. It broke the monthly high. First thing it showed me was strength, okay? So it did want to take off. However, usually on the first breaks, what happens? It pulls back, and it did pull back. I still didn't take the trade here, okay? For some reason, I didn't feel comfortable taking the trade. When it broke the monthly high, I just waited. I was patient, waiting for this trade. Then AMD, what did it do? Well, here you have it. Look, it went up. It went to a high of $90.16. It came back down. It tried to put in another high, but it didn't. It put in a lower high. Then it came back down, broke the monthly again, bounced off the monthly high, went up, put in another lower high. That is, for me, that's an indication of weakness, okay? So you have to be careful. Then it just completely fell apart. It got down to all the way down to $86.53, okay? And then I was watching this climb up, okay? So this is when we took the trade. We took the trade at $88 when it broke the high of the previous week. When it broke the high, it broke the high the previous month, and it was all she wrote, folks. AMD just went off to the races. I did take some profit off on AMD, but I'm still holding a small position in AMD. The run was magnificent. It doesn't usually run this much, as you can see on a daily chart. Look at the size of this candle here, and we're going up against some major areas of resistance. A major area of resistance is going to be $92.64. And what did AMD get up to? $92.74. And what did it close at? $92.66. So there's going to be resistance up here. I wouldn't be surprised if AMD pulled back at least a bit today. Again, it could continue, but I wouldn't be surprised if it pulled back. So AMD was another amazing trade that we took yesterday. Another trade that we were able to get into was DDOG, DDOG, which was on Sunday's watch list. As you can see here, this is a weekly chart on DDOG. The high of the previous week was $96.80. Once it broke it, $96.80. DDOG ran up to $99.57. For those who took that trade yesterday, congratulations again. Here's the morning. You see, I never trade the first 15 minutes, okay? And as you can see, what did it do? Oh, time and time again, I'm showing you this. So this is something that you have to pay attention to, okay? I do this for a reason. I just don't do it just to do it. I never trade the first 15, 20 minutes of the morning. I wait, okay? I wait for things to settle, okay? And if you waited for things to settle, you wouldn't have gotten in this trade. It's okay. If you did get in it and it went up, congratulations. It's a little bit risky though, folks. I'd rather be more conservative when I trade, especially the first 10, 15 minutes of the day, okay? It's not for many traders. So if you waited for DDOG to break down and then reclaim, look what it did. It broke, consolidated a bit, ran up, but never broke down. Consolidated a little bit. Even if you got stopped out, you could have still taken the trade again at the 96.80 mark, okay? And DDOG had a great run. So those are the three trades that we did take from our watch list. I also had Pfizer on there, but Pfizer already broke above in the morning, above my weekly line of $37.26. So again, it happened in pre-market. I didn't get a chance to take the trade. We still waited for Microsoft. It wasn't ready. Microsoft might break today. So keep an eye on that weekly high, okay? The weekly high is 216.27. Microsoft has been consolidating in this range, so if it breaks 216.27, take it. Why not? Again, knowing that 216.27, if it does break, will be support. Okay, 10 cent wasn't ready yet. NIO had a crazy day yesterday. I did add a bit to my NIO position, and I'm going to show you where. This is one of my favorite trades of all time, and I usually always take it. If you take a look, this is a NIO weekly chart. The high was 57.20 and the low was 49.25. As you can see, what happened yesterday with NIO, and all the EV sector for that matter, okay? Look what happened. Here is here's a 5-minute chart on it. So, as a matter of fact, let me just pull out a minute chart so we can really take a look at this, okay? And this is where I added to my position. Once NIO broke last week's low of 49.25, well, what happens with 49.25 then? 49.25 becomes resistance, folks. Now, it doesn't make a difference whether it's the high of the candle's resistance or the low of the candle's support area that becomes resistance. When a stock breaks an area of resistance, whether it's the high or the low, you got to take the trade, okay? You have to give it a try. So, what did we do? When NIO broke it, I was watching patiently, and I waited for the re-break of resistance, which was support, okay? 49.25. That's when I took the trade, okay? And I added a little bit because I am holding a position in NIO for the long term. I think this stock and company is phenomenal, even though I'm not a big fundamental trader, but at the same time, I think it has promise. And I'm holding a position in NIO. I like it. And again, I added a bit to my position at the 49.25 range, and I hopefully it pays off today. But there you have it, folks. That's my scenario here for this Tuesday morning. I hope these videos are helping you out. The only thing I ask you to do, folks, if you can subscribe and hit the bell button. I understood that it does notify you every time I post a video. You don't want to miss these videos. My Sunday watch lists, since I've been doing this back in November 8th is when I started, have been absolutely incredible, folks. We've had a tremendous run, and if there's anything you don't understand or have questions on, please feel free to email me. My email is hunterchasetrading@gmail.com. Comment below. I'm here to help everyone, and I hope everyone has a great day. Safe trading.